Hey, this is gonna sound weird, but we were just recording one and it crashed and we lost the audio, and so we're just gonna pick up where we were. And for anyone listening, you're just gonna just try to make up whatever you think we were talking about before. Maybe Archie and I were talking about I don't know, glycolysis and talking about the electron transport chain. That's what we were talking about. And Archie was arguing about how ATP synthase is an amazing enzyme, and I was like, yeah, and that's what we were talking about for the last hour. Wasn't that a good conversation, Archie?
Yeah, hey, I'm spoken for.
Damn right. And so the last thing we were talking about was Splinter Cell, and the video Ubisoft put out, kind of saying goodbye to Solid Snake.
Yeah, the
Uh,
worst game ever, right?
no, it is not. And if anyone has not seen it, please look it up. It's Sam Fisher says goodbye to um, Snake or Kojima or what have you, what have you, and give it a go. And we also just kind of talked about how games sometimes when they're not, when they shouldn't be brought back from the brink and when they should. Um,
When should a game be brought back?
Never. Just do something new. Don't keep on rehashing the same thing over and over again.
Imagine if they did bring back or they did a new game, but it was pretty much the old game, just with a different skin on it.
But they did it already 3 times with the first three. I think.
Oh, I guess I'm not referring to just that game. I'm saying in general.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, it depends. Okay. Let's say if you bring back. Let's think of it. Let's think of a one-shot game. Um, that didn't have a sequel.
Oh, Banjo and Kazooie.
I never played that.
No.
There was two. It was Banjo Tooie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
And I didn't play that. I just know of it. Okay. Perfect Dark. Actually, well, that kind of. Okay. Goldeneye.
Zero.
Okay.
Best
Gold.
game ever, am I right?
Actually, let's think about that. Think about GoldenEye, right?
Uh-huh.
GoldenEye is one of the more popular FPSs for consoles, right? Everyone loved that game.
Yeah, N64. Good
Yeah,
year.
yeah. And they had the Fallout, which was Perfect Dark, which was also really good, right?
I'll take your word on that one.
Oh, you never played it?
No.
It's generally the same thing, just new guns and stuff like that. Now have they put out a new one ever since?
No.
They did actually.
Oh, they did. Go
For
on.
for the PS2 or 3, it was just called GoldenEye, and it was a sequel to GoldenEye.
Oh, right. I think I remember now, but no one really liked it.
Yeah, you see, and like it's because it was the same shit. Even if that game was so damn popular, they put out the same thing. No one's gonna like it. People are gonna get bored. Just do something completely new.
Huh. I wonder why though. Was it just the game mechanics, or that like did they update anything, or was it just
I'm sure that I never played it, so I can't speak to if it was good or bad. But I'm assuming yes, it was probably the same shit. They thought, hey, if we put the same shit, these fucking idiots are still gonna play it because they're fucking idiots. And then they got screwed.
I guess that's not a good mindset.
Yeah, but anyway, I just don't. Just come with news. I know it's not easy. Sometimes sequels are good, but you got to change it up. And if you put out the same game all the time, people are gonna get bored of it. And just do
Right.
something new. Innovate. Jeez. Speaking of innovation, that brings me up to this other topic. Have you heard of a game called A Way Out, Archie?
Yes, I have.
Well, tell me about it because I don't know. So what is A Way Out, Archie?
I believe the setting is in the 1960s or 70s.
One
Uh,
race.
two people are, or one person is already in jail, and one new person joins, or not joins, but he gets sent to jail, and he's one of the new meat. You know what I'm saying? And
Yo, B, I know what you're talking
they
about.
just it's the 1970s.
Black people existed in the 1970s,
That's
Archie.
but yeah, how did they talk actually? You know what? Forget it. Never mind. I was
Job
thinking
turkey.
1930s or something like that. But they escape, or I don't know if they become friends, but
The
they
point
work together to escape
to
the
escape.
jail, or prison. And I kind of stopped there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's right. Archie just gave us a synopsis of the game, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because this game was published by EA, which is a horrible company. I'm not saying that just because of Battlefront, because they've always been horrible since I don't know 1998 probably. But this is a single player game, which EA has said before they don't want to sell, or that don't sell well, gamers don't want. That has beaten EA's expectations for how much it would sell. And it's, I guess the reason I'm bringing it up is to say that single player games are still a valuable thing to invest in. And fuck EA, first of all, but people still play single player games, and there's a huge demand for it. And also this is the one time when EA has put out a game and not been greedy about it. And what I mean by that is there are no microtransactions. Um, there's no loot boxes or anything like that. It's just a straight game.
Or DLC?
Or DLC? No, there's nothing. As far as I
Wow.
know. As far as I know.
Oh, I might invest in that.
It's also a game that two people are meant to play together. It's a co-op game.
Oh, is there online co-op?
Yeah, and you want to know what the coolest thing is, Archie?
What?
Only one person has to buy the game.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's pretty smart. I
that
I like that.
that is. It's not published by EA. I think it's by EA's like independent. It's an indie game kind of, but it's by their independent publishing arm. I don't know what you would call that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they're not making 1 cent off it. It's all going to the developer.
That is fucking awesome.
I know, which is insane to say because EA is a fucking horrible company.
I guess that branched somehow made a deal that somehow it just worked out for them exclusively.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did you watch the VGAs last year or any of it?
I don't usually watch the VGAs.
I don't either. The reason I'm bringing it up is, did you hear anything about the one guy who was yelling on the VGAs about the Oscars? There was a big meme thing about him. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay, well, I guess how it's related is the guy that was yelling on that show about fuck the Oscars during that show was the main director of the game. So it's just how everyone thought that guy was crazy, and then he puts this game out, which is pretty insane. So that guy, I guess,
Oh.
look him up. It's pretty cool.
I mean, generally, I agree with the whole thing. Fuck the Oscars.
Yeah, but it was just so funny because he sounded like he was like on meth or something, and everyone just kind
Oh.
of brushed him off. And then he puts this game out, so it's like meth is one hell of a drug, I guess. But yeah, A Way Out. I was thinking about trying it actually, so maybe you and I will try it and stream it to no one later.
Yeah, we can split it,
Yeah,
and we'll just talk over it. That'd be cool.
we'll make a podcast out of it and totally not have a complete conversation.
No, we can just play the game and stream it. We don't have to do a podcast.
Yeah. Smart man, Archie. But yeah, it's kind of astounding that a game that is just a basic game with no crap is notable. You know what I'm trying to say? No, isn't
I
it?
guess, yeah.
I mean, like it's like it shouldn't be where I can say, man, this is amazing. This game doesn't have any microtransactions and is a good game. You know, like that's
Yeah.
sad that I have to point that out. Sad. I would bash my table if it wouldn't break
Yeah, me too, man.
with all my might, as little as it is. But yeah, we should definitely look into that. So if anyone wants to try a new co-op game, you have a friend you want to play with, play it. You might have a good time.
You might. No promises.
Yeah, well, we don't promise anything. You might not like it. I play a lot of games people don't like.
No, I'm joking. It's okay.
Oh, okay. I was taking that serious. Um, yeah, so it seems like a cool game. And as we've been talking for the last couple hours, the last thing I have is what are we playing lately? What have we been playing lately? Archie, what have you been playing lately?
I'm still just playing on and off, Kuni.
Yeah, we talked about this a few times already. The only thing I know about that game, I talked to you about this a few days ago, or yesterday, I think, was that you play as the president in that game early on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, ain't that some shit? And he doesn't look like Donald Trump or anything. He's just a guy, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool if you could play as Donald Trump?
Why is this such a big deal for you?
I just think it's funny that you're playing as the president of the United States. I don't know. I like games when you can do that.
I don't know if it's the United States, but he is a president.
He's gotta be the president of the United States, Archie. In my world, he's the president of the United States.
Yeah, your world sucks. Oh, so what's going on in your world, by the way?
The president is taking my world. No, I actually yesterday I bought Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is a surprisingly good game, and I would recommend. It's a fun co-op game to play online. So, I would liken it to PUBG, and that's a horrible comparison, but it's PVE. You have this giant world. Actually, no, that's a bad. No, forget that. It's an open world game where it's third person, and you just have a bunch of missions to do. And if you play single player, it's just you and five AI characters, and you just do these missions. You can play with, I'm sorry, four people. So you can play with four other people, three other people. So it's a group of four, and you complete missions together. And it's a very tactical game, so you have to be careful, and like it's all about planning strategies and playing it stealth. But it's a pretty good game. I was kind of surprised at how much I enjoy it. I should be honest, I do play a lot of Tom Clancy games. I like mostly the pretty good quality to it, but I was pleasantly surprised by this game. It was on sale right now on Steam for $20. Oh, sorry, I bought it for 30 because I get the whole deluxe edition. It's actually a pretty good game, and I don't usually get lost in. I do get lost in games, but I have been able to be lost in a game for the last couple months. I'd been playing that since 4 this morning, and I stopped like 2 hours ago. So it's a pretty good game. I
Nice.
really recommend it. You should check it out, Archie, if you want to play multiplayer game together.
No, I'll consider it. I still have some other games I want to get out of the way. But also, I would like to point out one of the cues that you get from Anil is that if he starts clapping, he's really into it.
Is that so?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't really pay attention to myself. Have I done that multiple
yeah,
times?
no, there's certain things that always tell me, oh wow, he's really genuinely interested.
Archie's a
Otherwise, I'll just assume otherwise. You know what I mean?
apparently you pay more attention than I do. Well, I guess I actually I'm very bad at reading people, so I'll just say whatever Archie says is true because he has more insight than I do into how people work.
Yeah, that's me.
Archie, the people reader. Have you ever?
Have you tried? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna. Well, I was gonna talk about something totally off tangent. Were you gonna talk about something related to video games?
No, go ahead.
Do you know what people watching is? I've heard people say they do that. I don't know what that is.
Oh no, yeah, you just go out in public and just watch people. Like
Okay.
literally, that is it. Like people might go to a park or something like that.
Yeah.
They'll eat their lunch and then they'll watch people. They'll make little commentary about like, "Oh my God, did you see that dress? It is not fitting her," or something like that. Or they'll try to make a story for them as they're walking around. Like if there's some guy who I don't know has a pipe that just looks like it's from the 40s or something like that, you say something like, "Well, I suppose I'll pick up Betty at the end of the day," or something like that.
Okay. That does not surprise me because anyway, um okay, I'm glad I know what that is now because someone brought that up with me and I was like, I don't know what that is. Isn't that called stalking? But it's not. So, um,
It's a form of stalking, but a lot more. I'd say it's more welcome than actual stalking.
I guess it depends on who you're people watching, right? Because if you're staring at a girl, they might consider that sexual harassment, right? So, gotta be careful today.
Only for you,
I guess so, Archie. Only for me. Um,
because I've never gotten that.
well, I don't do it. I just someone told me they did it, and I had no idea what it was. So, just,
Well, you have some weird friends.
yeah, apparently, like you, Archie. Zing. Anyway,
Sure.
I think that's all I got. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, let's just have you picked up I actually dog it a lot, but Fortnite on mobile. Have you tried it yet?
No, no, no.
I I didn't really play it, but I turned it on and I just tried to check it out. Like it's not that bad.
Oh, okay. Well, how does it work? I mean, because I've played a few mobile games on my iPod Touch. Is that still a thing, by the way, the iPod Touch?
I don't know.
I remember playing some games on my iPod Touch a long time ago, like an NES emulator, and I can't play games on a touch screen. So, is it possible to play on a touch screen?
I assume so. I haven't really tried. There's actual like virtual controls, so
Oh, okay.
yeah, or not virtual controls. Like uh, you touch certain parts, like the button layouts there, so you just tap certain parts of the screen.
Okay.
So yeah,
Did you?
it's okay though.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk about it, but did you have a chance to actually try it out, like at all? I know you said you kind of played it, so.
Yeah, just a little bit. I kind of just walked around in the lobby room and just fired off a couple shots.
I mean, did it feel pretty smooth? I mean, could you see yourself getting into combat and reasonably surviving, or?
I mean, generally with that game, I don't really have a good sense of I'm just not good at that game.
Okay,
So
here's a better.
yes, I would be able to play it normally.
Okay, that's not okay. Well, good. I mean, I have a Note 5. I need to upgrade soon, but like, I mean, it's a big phone, so I think if I tried, I could play with that. But on a regular phone, I don't think I can play any games. So I guess if I had a big phone, I think I'd be fine.
Right. But that kind of brings the question, or I kind of just thought of it randomly. Like, remember Sony tried to bring gaming controls, or actually turning one of their phones, Sony phones, into a gaming phone.
The Xperia Play.
There you go. So
Yeah,
you do remember that.
yeah.
The What do you think of them bringing that back?
Wait. Is Sony bringing a phone back like that?
Yeah,
I didn't. Oh, really? I did not know that. I would say it's.
no, I'm saying, what do you think of it? I'm just
Oh,
thinking how
okay.
about that.
Well, the fact that they can't even support their Vita at all, I don't think they should.
Yeah, but this would be on a mobile platform,
Yeah,
and well, it will still obviously have the same capabilities pretty much as a Vita,
yeah,
but
but
it's
I
actually a phone also.
but I like the Vita a lot, so I'm a little biased. But like, they can't support that. Why would? How are they? What are they gonna do? Like, what kind of games are they gonna put? Are they gonna put exclusives on it? Like stuff.
I'm assuming not. It's an Android phone. It's just gonna have Android games, and it'll be just like that little cube thing like back in the day. Remember? Oh yeah.
No. You mean the N gauge?
No, as well, yeah, that too. But I'm talking about the Ouya, as in it was actually an Android
Yeah,
little
an Android
phone.
console. And how well did that do?
Not so well, remember?
Yeah. No. So no, I don't think it's a good idea for them to even get. I mean, I'm not a market analyst. I'm not, and I don't ever be caught dead doing market analysis. 'Cause I hate those people. Um, but I don't think it's a good idea. They should just, you know what? They have a winner with the PS4. Just focus on that. Because I think in the in the big picture for Sony, the only thing that's really making the money right now is the PlayStation. Their movie studios aren't doing that well. I think they're not doing well technologically, but um,
Yeah, I mean they sold some of their Marvel characters, right?
yeah, and well, I think they did. I don't think they sold the X Men or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that specifically, but just focus on the PlayStation guys. Just keep on putting out good games. I mean, not that I play them, but like Persona. Didn't God of War come out recently or something like that?
I have no idea.
It's supposed to be coming out. But anyway, just focus on that because you guys are killing it. Because I know you guys are beating Xbox. I don't know if you guys are smacking on Nintendo, but it's Nintendo. They always get people who buy their shit. Like two people giving this podcast. Um, no, I don't think Sony would be making a good thing. I mean, if it makes it for nostalgia, like, hey, here's the old Xperia Play. You want to buy it? It's Android loaded. Fine. But I would do it as a side project, but I definitely want to do it as like your sole push. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, and I think they're big enough to actually do side projects like that. I'm just wondering, would you buy one? Or would you consider it a good idea to get one later on?
No, I probably wouldn't because if it's Android based, I can get it on anything else, like my phone or my Raspberry
Yeah,
Pi,
but
I guess.
dedicated controls for your games if you decide to start playing.
But they don't have anything exclusive. They would have to have like fucking Valkyrie Chronicles 6 on there, and
Oh,
maybe
that's gonna be it. That's how they're gonna pull you in. I think they'll do it, man.
if
Yeah.
they did, I
Hypothetically
would.
speaking, if they did bring any like two or three games that you really, really want, would you pick it up?
Yes, but it would depend on the game. Like, okay, I bought the Switch for The Legend of Zelda, so that was enough for me. And I got Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which I'm really liking. But that's it. So they'd have to put like Valkyrie Chronicles and like some sort of amazing Ace Combat game, I guess, on there. And then
Yeah, and it has VR capabilities because of the gyroscope on the phone. See?
I'm really considering that VR headset. I'm gonna get the Vive. I know they talk about they took up $100, right? So now it's like $399 or something like that right now,
Not that I know of.
or $499. I think the Oculus is $399.
Yeah, after they announced the Vive Pro.
Yeah, and see, I'm conflicted because I know there's obviously some differences between the two, but like it has to do with resolution and I think and it's wireless. But I would just still buy the basic HTC Vive or
No, I actually found out that it doesn't come with
yeah.
wireless.
Oh, it doesn't come with wireless.
Yeah,
What do you
it's wireless capable because they have to release that later,
see?
but there's a lot less bulk on it now.
See, that's not worth it to me. With how much just that base headset costs.
Yeah, and you're not getting the controls or anything.
And the sensors, right?
Yeah, I don't know about that. I just saw that they didn't include the controls, and I'm like, what? That's one of the
Yeah, I
that should be part of the kit.
yeah. Well, could you pay what, $800 for just the headset?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not worth it. No way. See, that's the biggest problem with VR at least with the Vive. The cost of entry is so high. Well, not as
yeah.
high as it was, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
No, it's high still nonetheless. You're paying for what you're getting. You're being pretty much the pioneer, pretty much the guinea pigs of this.
yeah, and like that's what's holding me back. Well, that's one of the things that's holding me back because I want to get the Vive because I like VR. I think it's a cool idea. It's fun, you know. But there's only like 3 or 4 games I can really think about that I want to get, and the main one I wanted, which was Ace Combat 7 for it, 7 right? I was getting confused. Ace Combat 7 is from what I understand, there aren't like only certain missions use the VR. So I was like, okay, if that's the case, why am I gonna pay just for that one game? So I had to find a few more games that I could play, obviously by myself, that would make it worth it. But with the fact that the price is dropping, it's definitely pushing me a little bit more to get it. I think it's like $4.99 now. And
Yeah.
with my tax return and a few other things happening, potentially I might get it. But I'm still
Oh
very much
boy,
on the fence.
I still haven't done my tax return.
Archie, you have one day to do your taxes.
Actually, they pushed it to the 17th, but
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, well, get your damn taxes done.
yeah, I had to get TurboTax or something. I was gonna bring it to somebody, but I forgot.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I can do it for you at my house, but I'm not home anymore.
Yeah.
I did one of our friends last year
Is it free?
for federal. You can
Okay.
go
Oh yeah.
go get it done, Archie.
I will, dude. Come on. Who knows how much I owe or pay or I'll get back? I
I
really don't know actually.
In one of the states I resided in, I owed money.
Yeah.
But it was so small, so I just paid it, and then there you
Okay.
go. All right, do you got anything else?
I guess not.
Okay, then I think we can call it here. Thanks for whoever's listening to this. Um, please like and subscribe. We definitely need at least a few more people to listen to these things. We put so much effort into this.
Yeah, within the span of a couple months.
Shut up, Archie. Trying to lie to people here, God.
Please.
I'm trying.
Okay, no, I'll beg to. Please join. No, come on. Just if you like it, I'm. If they get to the point where they hear this, I would be just happy with that. Really.
Yeah, I would be frankly surprised if you've listened this far. So if you did, precious listener, thank you. I'm clapping because you managed to put up with both of our voices. So thank you so much. And we'll try to be a little more regular like this. It's just things always come up and people get lazy, mostly me. So we'll try to shoot for at least in a week or 2 weeks. We'll try to get back to it. Yeah?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Archie and I signing off. You take care, lovely people listening.
GG. Bye.
Bye.